Hey everybody, this is Ryan from Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Today, I'm not going to be talking about a game, but rather a game expansion. That's right, this is Marine Worlds from Ark Nova. This is published by Capstone and Feuerland Games. Basically, this is a marine expansion. It took you from building a zoo to building kind of a zoo along with a water park kind of thing, like a SeaWorld situation. So basically, what does this add? What are you getting when you buy Marine World? Well, first of all, you're getting a ton of variety. The biggest thing you're going to get is a lot of new cards, and you're going to get cards that have to do with animals that are water animals. You're going to get octopuses, sharks. You're going to get crabs. You're going to get all kinds of weird stuff like that that are going to fit into that sea life, that ocean world scenario. There's also new tiles that you're going to be able to put your animals on. So they're kind of going to work like the reptile house and the aviary from the base game. You're going to be having the small aquarium and a large aquarium that you're going to be able to put cubes on to represent space. But you're going to be able to do those right at the beginning of the game. There are some new building cards as well. You're going to be able to use those right away so you can build up those aquariums right out of the gate. So also, there's my favorite part of this game is the ability to draft new updated version of your action cards. If you're familiar with the base game of Ark Nova, you have 5 actions, and at some point during the game, you're going to be able to upgrade some of them, and so they turn over and they're stronger. But with this expansion, you're going to get a chance to draft some new versions of these cards to give you all new abilities. Maybe it's a stronger version of the original thing. Maybe it's some kind of extra compensation. Maybe it's some other special abilities that are just kind of add into the synergy of the whole thing. Whenever you take one of those actions that has updated versions of the cards, you're going to get different things. So you draft those. Everyone's going to start with 4 of them. You're going to choose one, pass the rest, choose one, pass the rest, until you have 4 of them. And then out of those 4, you're going to keep 2 of them. And they are very, very powerful. They are my favorite part of this expansion. They are the reason that I got this expansion. It is super fun. It changes the gameplay. It gives you some kind of asynchrony before the game even starts. That way you feel like you have your own kind of special engine that you're building up on your own. Alright, so there's also new tokens. Some of the tokens are just similar to what we've already seen, but they just give you more variety. So when you land on those certain thresholds or on the board, you're going to be able to earn new things that are going to get you additional benefits. Also, there's some upgraded bits. So all the cubes that you use to indicate that you've done a conservation action, instead of having them just be boring cubes, they are now little animals. So for instance, the black player has little penguins they get to use. I'm usually play black, so that's my favorite thing. I love having those little penguins I get to put on the board to show that I've done a conservation action, and it looks hilarious, and also it stands out from the other cubes that you're using just as markers throughout the game. Alright, so you're getting all those aquatic animals. Some of those aquatic animals have this coral reef symbol on the side, and that kind of stacks. The first time you play one of those, you're going to get its ability. And then the next time you play one of those that has a coral reef symbol on it, you're going to get its ability plus the previous one. And the third time, you're going to get all 3 of those coral reef symbols. So there's a lot of incentive to go after those coral reef symbols if you can draft them and to kind of get maximum components, get a maximum engine built by using those. Because that's kind of the crux of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, by the way, I will put a link to our original review of Ark Nova down in the description, so be sure to follow that if you want to learn kind of a basic how does the original Ark Nova work, and what our thoughts were on that as well. So one thing I will want to point out about the Marine Worlds expansion is once you have mixed everything in and indoctrinated into your core game of Ark Nova, there's not really going back. There's not really a great way to simply kind of cull out the things that were mixed in. You have to do a lot of sorting, a lot of sifting, and in fact, there's some updated versions of all the cards. They have you take out a bunch of the old ones, get rid of those, and replace them with new versions of them that are more balanced with the scope of the expansion. And so to undo all that would be a lot of work and more work than it's worth. So the only thing I will say is once you've started playing with Marine Worlds, you can't really choose to just play the base game anymore. From here on out, you will be using the expansion as well. That being said, that's okay with me. It's fantastic. I really enjoy the extra cards. I enjoy the extra action abilities. I think that the balancing is definitely in the favor of the game. The component pieces are awesome. Instead of having just kind of those generic markers for your different income tracks and whatever else, you now have specific, like, it looks like a little ticket, or it looks like a little kind of graduation cap, or whatever they're called. So all of those have specific tokens now, which matches the theme and makes it look a lot cooler on the table. Matches the breadth of this game. It's, we want a game like this to have great bits, and this expansion now kind of has upgraded that for you, which is fantastic. That's, if you are a fan of Ark Nova and you're looking for a little bit more, jump right into the deep end with Marine Worlds. It is a blast. If you are enjoying Ark Nova by itself and you don't feel like you need anything extra, that's fine too. I mean, this does add a little bit of complexity. It does add a little bit of length of setup and that kind of stuff. But by itself, Ark Nova was amazing, and you can play that and enjoy it without adding this in. This is not a need kind of an expansion. But that being said, for me, it was a want, and I really enjoyed getting it. So that's my thoughts on Marine Worlds. If you have any questions, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. As always, we would love it if you would like this video, share it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already yet. And you can find all of our social media channels over here. Follow us along the way for that as well. We're doing all kinds of fun things on all the different social media channels. You guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.